Good afternoon, welcome back then to heaventoearth.com. I'm joined by probably the tallest speaker this week and the speaker with the best sunglasses, Mr. Brad Olsen. Good evening, sir. How are you?
Doing good. I've heard a lot of comments about my height. First time with the glasses, so...
Dude, they rock. I love them.
Good to know you like them.
So Brad, tell us what it is that you do.
Well, I'm the author of this book, Future Esoteric, The Unseen Realms, which is book 2 in the series, but this is the one that deals with UFO, ET, the cover-up, secret state, as well as a section on utopia, solutions for humanity.
Oh, yeah.
And this is a book I'm giving to you.
Yeah,
there you go, Ian.
Dude, well, I'll tell you what, considering you've given me this, and it's very gracious of you to do that, I'm going to give you my secret radio card as well for the asylum.
Paper for paper.
Paper for paper. Yours is a lot bigger than mine, I'm not going to say. And that's probably due to your size. Anyway, Brad, tell us a little bit about your book and what's it about.
So Future Esoteric goes into the secret states first. The first section is called Secrets, and it shows how this group has been able to control the information through the fake media. They're able to use the government as a tool to compartmentalize and collect the kind of technology that they're using for their own purposes. And they're also this secret government that controls the finances and things like that. And my lecture tonight is called Everything is Fake, Top 10 Deceptions in the World. And those are a couple subjects right there I'm going to cover.
So I guess you're talking about the government is really just a front for the cabal, the same way the media is a front for the cabal in order to compartmentalize the information, to keep this sort of esoteric information for themselves so they can continue to control us. Is that correct?
That's correct. We've known for about 100 years, ever since this guy Bernays, who is the nephew of Sigmund Freud, he was the father of PR, and he came up with this notion of controlling the masses through a narrative that they dictate. And I'll pull up some slides in my lecture tonight talking about how the CIA and some of the other alphabet agencies have long used this concept of consensus reality to shape our reality, reinforced over and over and over by the media till we think it's the real truth.
Yeah.
And there's a great quote by William Colby at the first staff meeting with Ronald Reagan in 1981, and he said, CIA director, "We'll know our disinformation programs are successful when everything the American public believes is false."
Yes. Do you think we're at a stage where that's the
We're
case
in
now?
that stage.
Yeah.
I mean, we're 30 some years beyond that, and
Yeah.
you can see it happening all around us. You're not getting the truth on many of the vital subjects that really are important to humanity.
Now it's incredible, isn't it? Because I know a stat that says that 90% of all people get all of the information they receive from the media.
Right.
So if that's the case and they're giving you misinformation, then how do we actually ascertain what the truth is? Is it coming to places like Contact in the Desert, listening to people like yourself, doing our own research, or maybe just, you know, trying to fight the power and speak truth to power and maybe get that information out? How do we do it?
Well, all the above, but I'm also a believer in nonviolent revolution along the lines of Gandhi and Martin Luther King.
Yes.
And this is how we have to do it. We're not going to go out on the streets and fight them street fighting man like the Stones say. You're going to get slaughtered if you do that. We're going to fight them with our consciousness, because the pen is mightier than the sword.
Yeah.
And we're going to defeat them because we know that what they're up to, and we're going to shine a spotlight on their activities, and they absolutely hate that. They love to work in the shadows, in the darkness, and when we start coming out with books and doing talks about how they pull this over our eyes, then we start understanding what they're all about, and their power diminishes each time.
Is there a war then on for consciousness? Is there a war for our freedom? Is it about us as a group coming together and really unifying, and then basically providing, just by sheer volume of numbers, the same way you mentioned Gandhi led, you know, like 370 million people to freedom, I believe it was, on a non-violent path, by believing in an idea? Is that how we do this?
It's absolutely how we do it. In fact, it's the only way we do this.
It's got to be.
We can't bring ourselves to their level, or we become one of them.
Now these guys own all the resources, they own all the weapons,
Yeah.
they own the control of information, they own the control of our governments, of our democracy, of the way in which we operate. So the only way, truly, surely, is to unite as a group of people and bring forward this information, which is what you're doing this week.
That's right. We can call them the global elite, we can call the cabal